This is Rob Tebbutt for Boxing Social, delighted to be joined by unbeaten light heavyweight contender Anthony Yarde. We're here at Fredericks ahead of your bout with Walter Sequiera. Anthony, how are you?
I'm fantastic. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you, very well. Nice to see you. Sorry I didn't catch you at the workout.
It's cool. It was a fantastic open workout. So you missed it. You missed a good one.
So how are things? You're in preparation for your bout with Walter Sequiera this Saturday at Brentwood. How's things?
For me, things are fantastic. Things are happening. Life's changing, and the hard work's paying off. So, again, my only focus right now is this Saturday. I can't pronounce the guy's name, but I know he's a tough Argentinian. Very awkward style, very tough. But again, you've seen what I've made of tough opponents. So, I'm just gonna go out there and try and do the same thing that I always do: put on the show, box smart, and be explosive.
How much have you seen of Walter Sequiera? I know you're somebody who historically doesn't watch an awful lot of tape on opponents. Have you seen much of him as you're heading to the bout on Saturday?
I haven't. Tony just told me little bits. Obviously he's short, so I can just imagine the kind of style he's going to come with. Dipping, trying to stay low, body shots. He's not going to try and beat me to the jab. But again, you never know what someone's going to come out there with on fight night. So I just got to go in there and do my job, and that's be exciting.
Last time I spoke to you, you said to me that all being well, it was a very long interview, one of the things that you said in that interview was, all being well, if you had your choice, you'd have sort of a domestic dust-up. I appreciate you're not matchmaker or manager. It's not that. Why is that, and how does that make you feel?
That don't make me feel any sort of way. I feel like them things happen in the right time. Everything is timing, and when I say these things, I'm not sounding cliche. I'm not just saying it because it's there to be said. It's facts. At the right time, these facts happen. And, I feel like, if you give it a bit more time, I keep doing what I'm doing, and these other domestic people keep doing what they're doing or start doing well, they're bigger fights, they're better fights, they're more entertaining, and then they just prepare you for the even bigger stages that are here to come in the future.
Now, Tony Yarde was somebody who was, I think, putting it nicely, was a back foot opponent. You boxed Sec last time out, your first southpaw. What different propositions, what different obstacles do you think that Sequiera is going to present to you this Saturday?
Again, just another different style. That's it really. He's short. He's going to come with a different style. You've seen me fight short opponents before, but from what Tunde's told me, his style's a bit different. He tries to stay very low, throws a lot of body shots, but again, tune into BT Sports on Box Nation. Actually, I don't think it'll be shown on Box Nation, but it'll be on BT Sports. I think it'll be shown on ESPN Plus as well in America. So tune in and see the show.
This is your first fight since that ESPN Plus deal has been made. Any additional pressure for you or excitement to showcase yourself to an American audience?
There's no pressure. I feel like the only pressure that there is the pressure we put on ourselves. I just signed a global deal with Adidas. This is my first fight under that brand. This is my 17th professional fight. There's talks of world titles, 2019. If you round it up, that's a lot of pressure. That's a lot of pressure on the shoulders, but my shoulders feel light because, again, I don't put no pressure on myself. I'm confident in what I'm doing, and there's a strong saying, it's going to be what it's going to be anyway. So when it comes to fight now, I'm always going to be explosive. I'm going to be sharp, and try and stick to my guns and not get hit.
Now, we mentioned Tony Yarde earlier on in the interview. He boxed Josh Buatsi, somebody you've been linked with a domestic showdown with. Just wondered if you caught the fight.
I didn't catch the fight, no.
Won by first round knockout. You're somebody who's been in with Tony Yarde. What kind of performance or what kind of statement do you think that sends out?
This is boxing, In boxing, it's clear that, he has some sort of power. I have power. It just depends how we both approach the fight. I said to myself, I was knocking at everybody early. That was the first time I went 7 rounds. There was a lot of question, can I go the rounds? And I just thought sometimes you need to do a tactical breakdown. Everyone knows, if you watch the fight, I could have landed on Tony Yarde or unleashed on him and then, got hit with a few shots, but I didn't want to get hit with no shots that fight. Tony Yarde did get confident within that fight. He started throwing shots. It was good for me to start evading punches from a taller opponent. It all worked out for me. So I don't really watch what anyone else does. If you look at boxing history, Pacquiao was knocking at everybody. Everybody. He fought Floyd, he was knocking at nobody, and Floyd schooled him. It's boxing. Again, it's not like I didn't knock him out. I got rid of him when I wanted to. But again, it's just boxing, and there's very, very exciting times in the future.
Now, you've mentioned to me in the past about a domestic fight. You mentioned today about a world title fight potentially in 2019. Which would you prefer, world title fight or domestic showdown potentially with someone like Josh Buatsi?
For me personally, world titles are what's on my mind. But again, Josh Buatsi, if his name keeps getting called, he keeps doing what he's doing, that's a fantastic fight. It's a massive fight as well, and you know, going forward, these are the fights that I want. I'm sure these are the kind of fights that he wants. I'm sure these are the kind of fights that the public want. So it's so exciting for the future, and I feel like, you know, if he keeps doing what he's doing, me and him could fight for a world title. You know, that's another thing that could happen. So stay tuned.
Just a final word on one of the undercard bouts, somebody you know very well, Umar Sadiq faces Zach Chelli, bout of unbeaten super middleweights. How do you see that fight going? A bit spicy today at the press conference.
It's spicy, it's very spicy. I don't know how the fight's going to go. I've known Umar. Umar was in the gym boxing when I first ever walked into the boxing gym. He was a good amateur, and I went in there and I sparred him with no experience. And he's very awkward, he's very good. And again, I have to give it to him. I learned a lot from him when I first went into the boxing scene. Tony Cisse, my amateur coach, just put me straight in there and said, you know, this is a guy that's in the open class ABAs right now. Go in there and see how you do. So I went in there swinging. And again, I gained Uma's respect, and me and him have been cool ever since.
Okay, well, just finally, give a message to fans who'll be tuning in to watch you on BT Sport, definitely not Box Nation, this Saturday in Brentwood.
BT Sports, Boxing Social. Man like Rob behind the mic. You know how it goes. Just thank you for all the support. The whole show's going to be good. My fights, as always, are going to be exciting. There's going to be a lot of excitement. You know, there's going to be a knockout. It's just when the knockout comes. That's how I like to please my fans, by giving them a knockout.
Okay, well, Mr. Anthony Yarde, the Beast from the East, thanks very much for speaking to Boxing Social. Look forward to catching up with you soon.
Lions in the camp.